Okay, I think we can start. We waited like 5 minutes. If there are more people, they will join later. So I think we can start. So I'll say a few words about me and about the main idea and aims and objectives of this webinar. So my name is Živko Želev. I'm president of NGO Academy of Success Bulgaria. I'm in the field of Erasmus for more than 15 years, and more or less I'm project manager, coordinator, financial manager of Academy of Success, and also working with other NGOs in the field of Erasmus, Key Action 1, Key Action 2, and many others. And the main aim of this webinar, it's a part of a project called European Future Green and Sustainable. It's Key Action 3 Erasmus. And the aim is to get some insights, some useful information about international financial management, project management in the field of Erasmus. I'll keep it short and concise, simple as possible, because the topic is very huge and cannot be covered by just one webinar, but I'll do my best. Maybe Mladen would like to share few words about the project. How is it going so far?
Yeah, thank you, Živko. First of all, welcome everyone, and thank you for your time. First of all, anyway, this meeting will be, the webinar will be on the website in a few days. We will record it so the wider audience can reach it. And yeah, as Živko said, this webinar is part of 2 years project European Future Green and Sustainable, co-funded by European Union, and we had so many activities implemented so far. During the webinar, I will also send you some links, resources here in chat, so you can access it. So basically, during this, it's already a year and few months, we implemented 3 training courses in France, in North Macedonia, and Serbia, and study visit in Stara Zagora in Bulgaria. Also, kickoff meeting in France at the beginning, and a month ago, a midterm meeting in Poland, in Wrocław. And other than that, the main outcome of this project are, will be these webinars. Also, we made a series of podcasts, 10 podcasts done during 3 training courses that I already mentioned. And yes, we also had online youth conference, some other materials. So definitely it will be useful for everyone, but especially ones who are interested in this green field, and because it's important topic definitely, and we can also be part of greener Europe. I think that's enough from my side. My name is Mladen Mitić. You can read from Serbia, and yeah, Živko, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mladen. So I'll share my screen and have prepared a small presentation for all of you, which I will share now. 1 second. I hope it's visible. So the name of the webinar is Mastering International Project Management in Erasmus Plus Strategies for Success, presented by me, Živko Želev, Project Manager of Academy of Success. I'll try to keep it, as I said, short as possible, and to give you just the essence, the most important things. So as we mentioned, this is part of a project called European Future Green Sustainable, about sustainable business entrepreneurship in the frame of the new European Union objectives of greener Europe. Okay, so as I said, I have 10 years experience in the field of Erasmus project management. And this webinar will give you some very practical strategies, tips by my side, how to do a successful project in the field of Erasmus on the international level. Because there are few differences compared of what you know about project management on local level, and we'll emphasize on the differences here. So here is outline of the webinar. We'll start with introduction of Erasmus and objectives very shortly, key concepts, the phases of a project, and the SMART approach. You'll see in 1 minute about that. What challenges actually we have with these projects on international level and how we can overcome them. And I'll share some best practices and success stories and tips about how to manage the projects better. And these are like my personal experiences and my, if I can say, wisdom that I gathered through the years. Okay. So probably most of you know about, but Erasmus Plus is the EU program to support education, training, youth and sport in Europe. It's all about collaboration, exchange of ideas, giving the young people and not only opportunities to enhance their education, cooperation and innovation. And understanding the main aims and objectives of Erasmus is important when you are preparing your project, because your project should align with Erasmus Plus priorities. That's no doubt about it. You cannot have a project that is chasing or having different goals than the Erasmus Plus program. Okay, shortly, some of the main objectives are lifelong learning, meaning that no matter how old you are or what your status currently is, you can continue learning on quality of education and training to enhance it, to find new methods and innovation in education. Social inclusion and equal opportunities is about including people with fewer opportunities, those from minorities, those with financial problems, those with different cultural and social obstacles into the program. That's one of the very important objectives. European identity and citizenships. It's about the European value, to feel more European. That's one of the also very important objective. Educational mobility and exchange. This is more or less most of my experience in this field, because I implement a lot of mobilities in the field, like youth exchanges, training courses. Innovation, digital transformation, sustainability, and in line with this is the green objectives, if I can put it this, which is also like one of the main objectives of our current project. There are other important objectives, but I try to put the most how to say important ones here. Okay, about project, this is one approach when you are preparing a project, and it's not only applicable to Erasmus Plus, but can be applied in many fields for project writing and project implementation. This is the SMART goals, the SMART approach. I think some of you might know about that, but when you are preparing a project, usually you have a problem that you need to solve. And in order to solve this problem, you need to put yourself goals, but these goals should be SMART, meaning they should be specific. Exactly what do you want to do with your project, to be concise, to not be something, how to say, not reachable. Measurable. How will you know when you have reached it? You should have metrics in your project about reaching. For example, if you need to educate 100 people. Your metrics will be all the courses that you do for these 100 people. And after you have gathered 100 people, you have reached your goal. So measurable means to put metrics and to measure your success. Achievable, of course, should be realistic also, and achievable means, is it in your power to accomplish it? Do you have the potential, meaning do you have the personal, do you have the finances to do that? And of course, you should plan that in advance. Realistic is to not put very high expectations. Yes, we all want to change the world somehow, but let's be realistic. With one project, you cannot solve all the problems in Europe or in the world or even in your city. So you should keep it realistic, down to earth. Let's put it like this. And timely, yes, the project, every project has a beginning and end. That's how you should put time frame of your project, when it's gonna start, when each phase is ending, and to know exactly when to finish it, to not be extended over time. So that's also very important part of any project, not only Erasmus. This is applicable to all different kind of projects, and I think, in my opinion, it's quite important if you follow this. Okay, I'll go into more of the international dimension, because I'm sure many of you have implemented probably projects on local scale, but there is some differences between local projects and international projects. One of that is the scale of the project and the intercultural dimension, meaning that international dimension, meaning that you include people from different cultures, people that speak different languages, and although we all communicate in English, still you cannot have like the most perfect communication like you can have with the people in your local community or your country. Of course, logistics, it's one of the biggest differences, because when you implement a project on local scale, usually maybe travel to another city or it's in your city. So in the time frame, the times and the way to get to places is much easier. But as you know, probably you have been participants or partners in the international projects. The logistics and the travel is always one of the things that you should always keep an eye and to have a good plan for that, because it's very, very, how to say, sensitive part. It's also in international project management, you have different countries, and although most of them are under EU jurisdiction, they have, of course, the law is for every country is different. So you should keep in mind that in the different countries, the different partners that you have, you might have different regulatory requirements in those, and also the cultural differences. Usually when you do a project on local level, you have people from your country mostly, and you know more or less the local reality. But working with people from from abroad, and especially from faraway countries, there are different cultural how to say traditions, and you should be very well prepared for that, to have the patience to work with people outside your country, and to be adaptable, because more or less you should find the middle earth between you and your partners from another country. So that's more or less some of the differences. There are others, but in the frame of Erasmus Plus, that's the most important differences we can say. Another thing, these are the project phases. So any one of you who has written a project, you first start with the planning, you initiate the project consortium, you contact your partners, you prepare the application, and you apply. Usually there are deadlines. That's in the frame of Erasmus. There are always deadlines. There are a couple of them per year, per call. But as I said, I will not get into details because this could be easily checked in Erasmus webpage. After the project is approved, very, very important part of a project, maybe one of the most important is the preparation, because if you prepare well your project, then most of the job is done. After that, you only need to implement and monitor it, but if you have prepared it well, if you have prepared your partners and your participants and the people that are participating in seminars and in mobilities, I think that's maybe 60 or 70% of the whole job. If you prepare well the things, if you put the fundament, after that, I think still you need a lot of work to do, but it's, how to say, much, much easier. So for me, basically, let me see, somebody's written in the chat. Okay, Mladen. So for me, this part with the preparation is one of the most important. Then you implement, you monitor during the project implementation. You put different ways of monitor there. I will not get deep into that, but it's also important part. After that, you have done your mobility, or you have done your outcome, or you have done your webinars, podcasts, whatever your product you have from your project. You do the follow-up and dissemination. That's in the frame of Erasmus is very important, that people, the European Commission wants to be visible, wants to have the good image. So keep in mind that this follow-up and dissemination is very important. That's when your participants or you go back home and prepare, for example, dissemination events, conferences, etc., etc. And at the end, you have the evaluation of the project and the reporting part, which if you have done this by the rules, if you have done it well, that should be easy, and you should not worry that much about it. Many people say, you know, the report is very hard. If you have done well the project, the report shouldn't be a problem. Of course, evaluation, you evaluate with your partners and the stakeholders, how you've done it, what you can change next time, what could be improved, and so on and so on. That's also very important part of a project. Let me see, wait a second. Okay, so there are some challenges that you can have during a project, especially in the international frame. Is the cultural sensitivity. As I said, that's very specific because you work with different cultures, different attitudes. There are sometimes stereotypes, prejudices, which you should be prepared, and the people that implement the project should be prepared to work in this field. Communication is very important. Always, I'm very for communicating. Any problem that has arisen should be communicated between you and your partners, or if needed, between you and the national agency or the other stakeholders. You should have a risk management plan and for mitigation. That means that you should be ready for everything in advance. So prepare a risk management plan, put the key points where you can have a problem. For example, if you miss a participant, what should you do? If you some of your partner is not doing well his job, what should you do? Everything, like I said, should be prepared in advance, so you are ready and not improvise during the project. Partner collaboration, that's in line with connected with the risk management, because one of the biggest problems with Erasmus project is bad communication between partners. It's rare, but it still happens. So you should choose your partners wisely. You should trust them, because they are everything. They are the project. You are not the project, even if you have written it. The partners are the ones that do the project. They should be committed, because without their commitment, I mean, you are doomed to fail, more or less. That are some of the challenges. which I have experienced in my experience so far. So any questions I would like to ask? Do you have any questions so far? Anyone? You can write them on the sorry, on the chat. I don't see any questions. You will have the possibility to ask your question at the end of the presentation as well. So if you don't have any question as so far, we can continue. It's I mean, there is not long presentation, as I said, so more or less sooner than later we'll end up. I think I have compressed the most important things. Of course, this is a huge topic, Erasmus and project management, their courses and books and stuff written for this, but I know in these times people tend to like shorter and more, how to say, useful. So that's why I'll try to make it as practical as possible. Okay, so these are some of the key challenges. Of course, there are plenty of others, but I think for Erasmus Plus International Project, these are the ones which are the most important. Okay, so I have prepared some advices from my experience that I have so far. From all the projects, as I said, I'm in the field for maybe like actively I'm in the field for 13 years, and I started as participant in the beginning. It was still Youth in Action. Some of you might remember. So a long time ago, I started participating. After that, I really liked it. Like it was in my heart, this program. And I wanted to do something more. I did my own NGO. Then I found very good partners around the world from whole Europe. And I decided that I can do something by myself. And what I've learned during these years of maybe, I don't know, like countless projects, I stopped counting them, implemented. First thing is follow the rules with Erasmus. You have the contract, you have everything there, and it's sounds very simple, and how to say, very natural sounding, like common sense, but that's one of the most important things. The rules are there but for a reason, and if you follow the rules as they are, you will not have problem. If you don't know some of the rules, if you have some doubts, the national agency for Erasmus in your country is always there to help you. They can give you advice. You can ask them. If you are not sure about how to do something, you can always approach them. They're very friendly. I think from my experience, it has been good so far communicating. You say you do. That's also very important in whole project management frame, but you don't put something in your project that you will not do. Whatever you put, you should do it, because there are not good practices of putting something very, how to say, fancy in your project, very nice sounding, that will guarantee that your project might be approved, for example, but it's impossible to do it. We go to the reachable of the goals. If you remember, your aims and objectives of the project should be reachable. And that's why, oops, we have 10 minutes more. I'll try to finish until then. I'm at the end. Sustainability of results, meaning that you need to have something after your project. You need to have some outcomes, something tangible that will have influence even after you put the report. Your project does not end with the report. Network is king. As I said, partners are very important. And if you have good partners, that's 99% of your project will be, as I said, preparation and partners, and most importantly, prepared partners, meaning that your project will be successful at the end. That's it. Really, network is king. Importance of impact, as I said, it doesn't matter what you put there, because the truth is right now, you know about ChatGPT, all this stuff that you can use, all these tools that you can use to help you writing. It's not a new thing anymore, and everybody used it. And the thing that will separate you from all the others that using this is what impact you will have and what you're gonna do. So not only the text, but what kind of brochure or what kind of tools you will do from your project, and to do it like really, really well. That's more important than the text you put in your project. Communication, a problem shared is problem halved, meaning that if you have a problem with any problem during the project cycle, I think 99% of the problems can be shared with communication between you, between the stakeholder, between you and the partners, the stakeholders, national agency. I don't think there is a problem from my experience so far that couldn't be solved first with talking, and after that with some other measures. So in my opinion, you should communicate with the people involved, all the parties involved to solve a problem, not keep it in you. And as I said, you can communicate with the national agencies. You can really, you should talk, like simply said. Okay, I think that's vast topic. As I said, can be covered that easy, but more or less, I think I squeezed the most important things I have thought about for you to have a successful project. And there's some question and answers. Do you have any questions about, maybe you want to write a project, maybe you have some plans to improve your project writing skills, or you have a ongoing project right now that you would like to improve, or maybe you have some problem with your project right now, or you just want to ask something, so you can ask your questions in the chat. Anyone? Maybe Mladen, do you have something to add probably for?
I mean, I would like to ask you, for example, from your experience, if the partners are from, let's say, similar language countries, for example, the Balkans, or let's say, I don't know, Nordic countries,
Yeah.
do you think that language barriers, I mean, a lack of language barriers will solve some other problems as well?
What do you mean, like the lack of language barrier will
Yeah, I
solve?
mean, if you
Aha,
speak the same language, will you have less problems, or will you solve the problems in an easier way?
Depends if it's Scandic or Balkan. I mean, usually it helps, of course, because people always like, especially young people that go abroad, are really happy to hear, like some words that are the same, or if they understand the other. So definitely that helps. Of course, you should be careful. For example, I'm working a lot with Balkan countries, and Slavic. The thing is, I try to do my communication when we speak about work or projects, like in English, because there are some, like some words have double meaning. In one language they mean something, in the other it's different. It helps in the non-formal part. In the informal part, it helps when you have like small talk. Usually it helps. Yeah, it's good to have that. Okay, so we have a question here, Alex. How to find? Okay, so let me finish. That was it with the presentation. If you have more questions about, you can write me on this email, zhivko.zhelev at asbg.eu. I'll put it in the chat. So more or less, that was my presentation. Wait a second, I'm stopping it. And let me see, Alex, how to find good international that boost chances of my project being accepted. Okay, so usually international partners you can find in South Youth. People use Erasmus plus groups. usually on Facebook are the biggest ones, but also there are some other ways, like you can find in the Erasmus Plus platform some partners. But usually in the beginning, it's good to look for some people that you know, because that's how, if you want to start, that's how you start. Boost chances of your project, as I said, put realistic things there. Choose good partners that help you. If it's your first project, you should always have someone there more experienced to help you with that. So yeah, if you are planning to have your first project, always find like you can write me for more information. You can approach me if you I can help you with partners, of course, and as well. So reach out whoever wants more information or some help. You can reach out on this email. So yeah, anything else? You're welcome. Any more questions? More or less, we have 3 more minutes. I can answer maybe one more question from you guys. I hope that this was useful for you. I mean, 30-40 minutes is not enough. I can speak about that for hours. But I think time is precious, and you can check it after we upload this on YouTube. You can see more about that. If you write me there, I can send you the presentation as well to check it when you have more time. Okay, so I think if there are no more questions, Mladen, what do you think we can
Yes, so
terminate the meeting?
yeah, I would like just to say thank you for your time. Definitely, you will have this this webinar on the website and YouTube channel in next period. So we will have 4 more webinars. So just follow our social media. They will be about financial planning, about in general cooperation between sectors and so. And yes, of course, follow our social networks for future training courses, youth exchanges, and so. So definitely this will be one point more for you if you apply. So definitely Erasmus is not only about traveling, it is a part of it, but definitely we really appreciate when you spend time and learn something from the ones who are experienced. I always learn something. I really like the part with tips and tricks the Živko had. So yeah, thank you so very much and see you soon.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Approach us for more information. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.